Hi, my name's Michelle, and thanks for joining me for this video produced for the Social Media and Business Performance class for the University of Waterloo. And today I'm talking about the future of social media, and I chose to look at the topic of transmedia storytelling for this. So I think transmedia storytelling really exemplifies part of the future of social media because storytellers, as social media evolves and as storytelling evolves, storytellers are still learning how to fully leverage social media to create stories which give fans the opportunity to be very deeply engaged on multiple platforms in the same story, and sometimes even participants in that story. And I think as social media continues to evolve, so do the opportunities to tell transmedia stories and to push the boundaries of engagement in stories, which I think is fascinating. But this blog is about for business performance, so that's what I'm going to talk about. So there are some obvious lessons in transmedia storytelling for businesses that are publishers of stories. I think primarily if you are interested in engaging with fans on multiple levels, then transmedia storytelling gives you opportunities to reach so many more people because you can be on Twitter and you can be on Tumblr and you can be on Facebook and you can tell your story across all of those mediums. And that gives you the opportunity to deeply engage your fans in the content that you're producing, which I think is great. But I'm guessing that the majority of people who are watching this are not storytellers in the sense of publishing books or videos or something like that. They're probably coming from more traditional businesses. So how can you apply the lessons of transmedia storytelling to traditional businesses? And I think the number one thing is that when a good transmedia storyteller tries to make sure that every single element that of media that they are using to produce that story is adding something new to the overall story. So your story may be taking place primarily on YouTube through a series of videos, but you may have Twitter. Your characters in the story may have Twitter, and they may learn certain pieces of information or react to things happening in the video in a way that adds a deeper level to your story than you would get if you were just producing a video alone. So why is that important for business? I think because what I see a lot of businesses doing is using their social media accounts simply as a way to share content that they're already producing on, say, a blog or a website. So you publish your blog post and then you link, and maybe it does this automatically. It goes to your Twitter, and your Twitter account says, oh, check out my blog post, which is totally cool. It's fine to use social media to share things in that way. But if that's all your Twitter is doing, then you're really underutilizing that resource, and it's not adding anything. So it might be giving you some more eyeballs, but it's not engaging in as engaging as it could be because it's not really adding anything more to your customer's experience of your business as if it was a story. If you want to picture how your business might be a story that you're telling to your customers, then every element of your social media plan should be telling them something new about your story, but while still remaining consistent. And I think that ties back to my video from last week, which was primarily about authenticity and how do you remain consistent across multiple social media. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that one out as well. So other lessons from transmedia storytelling for businesses, I think to continue to look at new ways to push your communication strategy forward as tools evolve. So really, social media strategy, there's kind of no such thing because it's just a communication strategy, and good communication strategies use the tools that fit the best that are available to you. And I think it's important to stay nimble and to stay where your customers are, which means evolving as social media or as your communication tools, including social media, evolve. And that's something else that transmedia storytelling does really well. I think finally, the third thing that transmedia storytelling does is it encourages fans to become participants in an experience that they normally wouldn't participate in. So, for example, if you're reading a book, you're more of a passive consumer of that book than you are a participant. Where in transmedia storytelling, where you can directly tweet to the character of the book that you're reading, for example, then you become much more of a participant in the story. And so I think, we talk about in business about engaging people, about engaging customers in conversations, and I think maybe a way of reimagining that is to think of your customers or of the people, the audience that you want to reach with your social media as being participants in your company's story and how to get them to participate in what you are creating, which I think sometimes can be a little scary because it means that they have the opportunity to participate negatively. But there are ways that you can mitigate that, and I think that is just an interesting way of thinking about engaging customers, is having them participate in the story that your company is creating. Anyway, that's it for me, so I hope that was useful, and I will not see you next week because this is the last post. So I hope you enjoyed the rest of the content on this blog, which other students will be producing from here on. Bye!